You're welcome to Dot Nation News, a sister platform, social media platform to Extreme News. I hope everybody in FINLAND has actually gotten the information about on Simon Ekpa. He's ordeal in faraway Finland. After much delay of judgment, we actually know it is gonna end like this. But I think it's part of the prices one should pay to get freedom. It doesn't matter. I could remember far back 1989 when Nelson Mandela was released. It was 27 years later. Nelson Mandela was incarcerated from 1962 to 1989, making it straight 27 years, barely 30 years. Mandela was thrown in jail by Boers, apartheid regime of Southern Africa. So Simon Ekpa is an Igbo man who, gives much, to fight for liberation of the Igbo nation in Nigeria. Igbo nation is a tribe anyway that has been so much forgotten, persecuted, marginalized, oppressed, suppressed, maneuvered, manipulated by the Nigerian nation for, 65 years now. Igbo man has been subjected to all manners of political, denial. Let's say in Nigerian nation, the political system actually denied them their rights, making Igbos one of the most, endangered, tribes in Africa. Endangered in the sense that Yoruba, Fulani, Hausa, they don't want Igbo's existence in Nigeria yet. To let them go, they have not let go. So that is very, very much, it consumes too much pains to the Igbo man, very much painful. And Igbos have been subjected to this kind of perilous, situation for 65 years now. And it happened that in 1966, a coup was staged by all the young military officers across Nigeria. The Fulani, to be precise, formed the larger part of that coup, followed by other tribes, I think Yoruba. Then Igbo is the last, because I think only 3 Igbo officers. And at the end of the coup, that saw Sadona Oskoto, Akintola, and the rest of them in this north and southern Nigeria, sent to their early grave. All of a sudden, the British Broadcasting Corporation made an announcement today that caused the Igbos much loss of lives and property from 1966 to 1970, because the actual pogrom commenced in 1966 after the coup, which Ironsi took over, was trying to form a unitary system of government for every region in Nigeria to control their own resources. But you could see that the much aggrieved religious Fulanis, in the north, actually misunderstood the coup as it was aired by the BBC to have been the all Igbo coups. That was why the Igbos were subjected to the kind of suffering, killings, deprivation, denial, disappointment they are going through today. And then from 1966 to 1970, Ojukwu could no longer bear it. He made his consultation, calling on all the Igbo tribes and our sister tribes like Idoma, Igala, Efek, Ibibio, Urobo, all our sister tribes in southern Nigeria, to order that Igbos have been losing much of their men or tribesmen or sisters or fathers, mothers, brothers, and even children in the northern Nigeria. And this consultation actually led to decision taken so far by the entire former Ohaneze cultural group. And that was why Ojukwu actually, on May 1967, to be precise, that 1st May, declared Emancipation or Republic of Biafra nation. And that was how Nigerian military clique led by Yakubu Gowon could not let go. He insisted that the Igbos were rebels. That is what actually transpired in 1967, and they actually, work on Igbos, and concluded that it's going to take them 2 weeks to defeat the Biafrans. That's why we went into war with Nigeria. What actually their plan was to end Igbos within 14 days, but we could see it from 14 days to 36 months, making it 3 years. It isn't easy. When a man is determined to defend himself, especially an Igbo man, he could go any length to make sure that he stands on his own rights. That's why the war of 1967 to 1970, actually the Gowon-led military clique thought it would be a 14-day war. 14 days, just 2 weeks. But it was translated into 52 weeks times 3. You are talking about almost 160 something weeks, making 3 years plus. Straight 3 years. The Igbos resisted Nigeria, though there wasn't much logistic or supply to the Igbos, to the Biafrans. But Britain was busy supporting Nigerians with all logistics, hardwares, firearms needed to fight the war. And Awolowo's policy of blockade, food blockade on the coast of part of Biafra and Guinea actually gave Nigeria the victory needed, because most of the food supply coming into Biafra were blocked by the Nigerian military clique. At the axis of Gabon, part of Guinea and part of Biafra, and that led to over 3 million Igbo children suffering from malnutrition called Kwachoko. What are the sins of Igbo man in Nigeria that warranted this kind of hate from other tribes in Nigeria, especially the Fulani Janjaweeds? We've known how the Fulani has gone too far to the text Abo discriminates against the Igbo man just simply because of Islam. Igbo man is not a Muslim. I think that could be or connote more or less reasons, why the Fulani could not allow Igbos today. But I'm telling you that punishment that Samuel Ekpa is going through in Finland now is as a result of his resilience to see Igbo nation emanates or emancipates. That's why Finland has played the worst role they have ever played or done in life. Since the inception of Finland in 1956, when they fought their independence from USSR, I don't see that nation as a bad country, because they went through exactly what the Biafrans went through in 1966, 67, 68, 69, and 1970. Yet Finland has the gut to align with Nigeria to bring down Biafra. The same Biafra that Finland fought hard in 1967 to supply Oporoko most of the food materials for the Kwachoko children of Biafra to live. Today, Alex Todd has gone too far, aligning with the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's insensitive, illegitimate government to bring down the Igbos the more. Samuel Ekpa is thrown into jail, 6-year jail tenure, out of which 9 months has been expended. So if run concurrently, it's going to be just 2 and 3 years jail tenure. But anyway, I see the Biafrans all over the globe: Australia, Asia, Oceania, Antarctica, America, Europe, and Africa coming together to fight it by what? Appealing to this kind of senseless, ruthless, cruel judgment by Finnish government. South Africa is not going to be incarcerated. I know. The stuff the Biafrans in diaspora are made of. And as I'm talking to you now, America is looking further, using Donald Trump to actually know what the next line of action is going to be. Because we know that Nigerian nation is spoiled, like, let me say, bread growing moko and rice apples. Nigeria is a spoiled nation. They are dying and they're looking for someone to die with. Nigeria is going down and Biafra is coming up. Biafra is picking up on geographical progression as fast as possible, so rapidly that we are moving faster than wildfire. Samarapa should not go down that way when Nnamdi Kanu has been left in jungle, down by the DSS operatives, even though the court has actually set him free. Nigerian DSS, Department of DSS, still insists on holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu illegally, which is a lacuna of law. What is it that the Biafrans has done? Where has Igbo man gotten it wrong? I know that Igbo man is generally known as the most traveled man in the world. All over Africa, we are there. The whole Asia, we are there. Talk about America, we dominate. The whole Europe, Igbo man is everywhere and never you dare ask Igbo man what he does to make his money. Because Igbo man is a resilient, industrious and hard-working man, entrepreneur that could go any length to make money. It's all about hard working. Hard work is it. That's the motto, ideology and philosophy of an Igbo man. And today we see Ekpa, who has been accused of committing all manners of bloody criminalities in the southeastern Nigeria, begin to look like terrorism. Actually, Nigerian terrorist government has accused the young man of committing terrorist activities. Nto is a lie. Error, that one a naked falsehood. Unquantified, unsubstantiated, unjustified. In fact, accusation is a false accusation anywhere we know. The people that are constituting terrorism in Nigeria, across Nigeria, are the Fulanis. The Fulanis are the one whose tribesmen are the leader of banditry and the Boko Haram and Saru Mahmuda, ISIS, ISWAP, terrorist group, and Al-Shabaab that are based in the forests of Zamfara Katsina and Amawa, the forests of northeastern Borno state of Nigeria, everywhere in the north. They are housing all manners of terrorist acts, groups or platforms in the world. America could testify to it and Israel, which is why Mossad is coming. Mossad is coming to the northern Nigeria to actually prune them out, pick them one by one, and infuse such security gadgets in the region over there that no more Boko Haram and Saru Mahmuda bandits and the Al-Shabaab. I think Israel is coming. That's why Gumi is on the run. Gumi is cited, ransacking all his buildings, packing his luggage and baggages, off to the airport, Kanu Airport, en route Cairo, where he is going to head to either Iran or Iraq, because he headed to Medina before in the past to operate or perform Hajj. The Saudi Arabian government could not accept him because they know that he is among the terrorists in Nigeria. Today is a shocking indictment, a shocking news, that Simon Ekpa and Igbo man has been indicted of terrorist activities in Finland. Finland, why? Alex Todd, what's up? We are seeing double standard. We are seeing game over there. Finland, you've gone too far to collect bribe from Nigeria to do this injustice. But God is watching. We, the Igbos, we cross our fingers looking and watching you and Nigerian government. Then kono, ekabo, ekuche, dalolo, isi kanolo, ehapro Nigeria ga Finland, je, try all your best, keji den one negu wake. Na no oguna Igbo, ne defend Igbo from Fulani Janjaweeds. Killer headers that are ransacking all Enugu state where you hail from. killing farmers, killing your village men, killing the people in your communities. And Ekpa has been working too hard to stop them. Could be that we didn't have Ekpa, somebody like him. In absence of Mazen and the Kano, Fulani, Janjaweed would have at least annihilated the whole Igbo farmers, communities, villages in the southeastern Nigeria. But what he has done today as a good achievement has become bad in the sight or perception of the most myopic, short-sighted Igbos. There are many things wrong with some Igbos that are blind of information and history. They are believing whatever they could and whatever market their Fulani Janjaweed masters sold to them. Ekpa is not a terrorist. This judgment is an inconclusive judgment, and I believe the United Nations, United States of America, Israel, Canada, they must actually look into this kind of, let me say, unjustified judgment from Finland. I stop here. Israel man, Ralph Tresvant, as usual, Extreme News and Dot Nation News. Thank you for watching.